Hey guys. All right, so this is Thursday, August 20th, and so this is actually the final lesson of Mesopotamia that we are going over today. Tomorrow, Friday, August 21st, you will be having your first formative assessment. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign that formative assessment first thing in the morning, and you have to complete it by 11:59 tomorrow night because, of course, it is an assessment. So, you have that window to take it. I am going to be taking the slideshow off of Google Classroom so that, you have to at least show me that you did take your notes and show me that you've been watching the videos and such and trying to kind of pay attention and not just rely on, looking through the slides. One of the things, again, with that troubleshooting video that I posted yesterday that I want to remind you about are the forms do not save your process or progress. So, if you get halfway through the formative assessment tomorrow and realize like, oh my gosh, I've got to go do this or I have to leave or whatever else, it's not going to save what you typed in there. So if I were you, I would either write your answers down on a piece of paper or maybe type them into a saved Google Doc. And then when you know for a fact that you can start and finish that formative assessment in the same time frame, then go in and type your answers. Okay? But again, that formative assessment tomorrow, you have to do by 11:59. So let's talk right quick about the final few slides here about ancient Mesopotamia. So I've told you the Sumerians, of course, were the first civilization in ancient Mesopotamia. They were then taken over by the Akkadians, then the Babylonians. And the Babylonians and the Assyrians are actually like they're a split from the Akkadian Empire. And the Assyrian people are very different from the Babylonian. They're very like warrior, rough and gruff kind of culture. The Babylonians, yes, they had a military and they could hold their own, but they were also much more like intellectual and, the scholars and such. Babylon, the city, sorry, it's lunch. Hang on just a second. Babylon, the city, was kind of like the crown jewel to control of Mesopotamia. It was considered this, again, very metropolitan city, beautiful city, very, very wealthy city. Because if you look at where ancient Babylon sat, it sits in between trade from Egypt, Europe, and Asia. And so it is just this great spot where everything moves in and out. And so if you controlled that, you could get a lot of wealth out of controlling that city. There's another city in history that's very similar to that that is now modern day Istanbul, but back then it was known as Constantinople. So there are always kind of cities throughout history that are very strategic and people are going to fight over control of that city because of the trade coming in and out of it. And Babylon was that city for the ancients. So the Assyrians do come in and they take control of Babylon. Unfortunately, they loot it. They destroy much of the city. And they enslave the people. Like I said, they're very rough people. They like take no prisoners type of people. And they are going to control Babylon until Cyrus the great Persian king, comes in and conquers Babylon in 539 BC. Now, this is not the only time we're going to be talking about the Persians. I'm just trying to kind of get you up to speed to who's in control of what we know as the Mesopotamian region. Okay, because they are going to come back into play when we're talking about Greece, because the Persians and the Greeks love to fight each other. They were each other's number one rivals. Okay, so the Persians come in 539 BC and they take over that area. Cyrus the Great is known as the Great because he actually frees the Israelites or the Jews. So he's referred to as the Great actually in the Old Testament because of that. And Persians were actually monotheistic, and we're going to talk about their religion and how much it also affects the Abrahamic religions here in just a minute. But the Persians built the Royal Road, which was a huge trade route back in its day. It actually connected in with the Silk Road and, was a huge system, again, of trade and wealth. So the Persians did very, very well because they conquered and controlled that area. And they did a good job of sustaining their empire for a long time, of course, until Alexander the Great comes in and conquers them. This is a video, again, all of you online learners, you need to be watching the videos. They supplement what I'm saying and they give you even more information. We watch them in class. So again, if you're an online learner, you're expected to do the same things online as we're doing in person. So you're watching the videos of me giving you the information, but then also going in and watching the videos that I embed into the PowerPoint because they're important. So let's get into Zoroastrianism, the Persian faith. So again, Zoroaster is their prophet. They are monotheistic, and they influence the Jews heavily because it isn't until the Jews come back from being enslaved in Babylon and then being set free by Cyrus that you see in like Jewish literature and writings the devil. And this idea of like a fiery pit and the devil facing off against God, and this fight between good and evil. And guys, all of that stems from Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism believes that there is a consistent fight within yourself between good and evil. Hence the little cartoons, you see like the little angel on one side and like the devil on the other. And it's like, who are you going to listen to? Really, that truly is rooted and stems from this Persian religion. And so I always get students, they always ask me right off the bat at the beginning of the year, Miss Latham, are you an atheist? Miss Latham, are you agnostic? No, I am a Christian, but I'm also a historian. And I also completely understand that, organized religion has evolved. Like if you walk into church on Sunday morning, right now, it does not look like what Jesus was doing or probably even had in mind. And it's because, of course, we've evolved and we do things differently because our surroundings are different and our whole entire life worldview is different. And so, again, organized religion is going to evolve. You can have faith and understand those things. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. So just kind of bear that in mind throughout the year when we're talking about religion, and I'm giving you the historical perspective on it. I can still have my faith and know, that other religions affected how mine evolved and not be like blaspheming or anything. So anyways, this is a really cool video with Morgan Freeman. If you've ever watched his show, The Story of God on National Geographic, it's really amazing. He goes around and looks at not just the mainstreamed religions, not just the big ones, but like the little ones, like Zoroastrianism. And so this is about a 7-minute clip of him going to a Zoroastrian temple in California and kind of trying to figure out what is this all about. So it's a cool video. And of course, finally, like I said, the decline of the Persians comes with Alexander the Great's forces in 331 BC. And this is not the last time you're going to be hearing of the Persians or Alexander the Great. This is just me kind of ending with, okay, this is where we are with the Mesopotamian region by the time Alexander the Great is rolling around. And Greece is, of course, big and under his control. I'm just trying to kind of give you a full synopsis here of that particular area. So that's it for Thursday. And again, tomorrow you will not have a video lesson because tomorrow is your bell ringer that you have to do. And then it's your formative assessment. That's what I want you completing for Friday. So I hope you'll have a wonderful weekend and stay safe out there. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.